The first day for a boy entering Ridley College presents a whole gamut of new impressions. A new school, new people, a new life, and probably most of all, the challenge of leaving home and family. For down Ridley Road, a boy is on his own, possibly more than ever before. Ridley stresses self-reliance, the ability of a boy to stand on his own feet. But if he needs it, help is always at hand. A new arrival is greeted by prefects and masters and is assigned to a dormitory. It is at this time also that new parents receive a first impression. Introductions completed, the prefect who greeted him will conduct the new boy to his dormitory, his new home away from home at Ridley. This is a time for meeting new friends and greeting old ones. Gooderham House, together with School, Merritt, and Arthur Bishop houses, accommodate from 45 to 80 boys each in spacious and comfortable dormitories. One of the first duties which a new boy must perform is to stow his clothes in drawers and closets. Under a maternal eagle eye, stowage is probably neater now than it ever will be again. Each boy's physical condition is carefully examined and documented in one of the school's 2 infirmaries, and a registered nurse is on the permanent staff of both the upper and lower schools. From now on, the boy will receive regular checkups throughout his school career at Ridley. Eventually, of course, school itself must start, and the new boy will become one of thousands whose feet have trodden the well-worn floors and staircases of this college. Founded in 1889, Ridley College is an independent boarding school for boys, and to this place come boys from every province in Canada, from the United States, from England, France, Hong Kong, Nigeria, Bermuda, and many other distant lands. Lower school has grades 6 to 9 with over 160 boys, whilst upper school has grades 10 to 13 with about 300 boys. This is the kind of environment which attracts not only boys with searching minds, but men to whom teaching is something more than textbook and classroom. Classroom hours are important and serious. The curriculum is broad-based and flexibly designed to give full range to a boy's developing interests. Science is taught in small classes, which give each student plenty of opportunity to conduct his own experiments in the science laboratory. The language laboratory and new teaching methods facilitate the acquisition, the learning of a second or third language. Ridley's libraries contain plenty of books gathered from the 4 corners of the world, which provide facilities for study and special interest programs, and, of course, for recreational reading also. Self-expression is encouraged in the arts. Music, sculpting, painting, and many other ways in which a boy may release the otherwise unrecognized artist within him. For many years, Ridley College has pursued a policy of student involvement in the running of the school. Prefects oversee many areas of student activity. They help to supervise study periods of the younger boys, and they assist the headmaster and his staff in maintaining order and discipline. But a Ridley education extends beyond the classroom, for the boys visit the homes of the masters, and here, in a relaxed social and sociable atmosphere, they discuss such varied topics as school courses, the school itself, life, sports, and many others. An extremely lively association which really begins in lower school, where the younger boys begin the process of gaining poise and the ability to participate easily in social groups. Some participation is more energetic. An occasional pillow fight does no harm, except perhaps to the pillows. At Ridley, the big fall sport is football, and while the juniors turn out to practice soccer, the upper school team prepares for the Independent Schools Athletic Association games between Ridley, Upper Canada, Trinity, St. Andrews, Appleby, and Lakefield, as well as with other schools. Excitement builds for the big game of the year, and eventually the day comes crisp and clear. The start of Old Boys Weekend. Like a college homecoming, Ridley graduates gather from all over North America, and many old friendships are strengthened or renewed. The Old Boys Association started in 1893, and, through the years, has been a positive force in the continuing success of Ridley College. More than any other asset, Ridley has regarded its Old Boys as the measure of its worth. The years melt away as memories are brought back to life for the Old Boys as they look at the team pictures and trophies from their time at Ridley. The highlight of the weekend, the football match, is underway. Played with tremendous energy, this is the match which will be talked about throughout the year, until the next one is due. Everyone is on parade on this great day, including the school band, which marches at halftime, playing familiar marches. Game over, win or lose, for the Old Boys there is a renewed confidence in the Ridley spirit. Memories and experiences have been revived and shared with the current generation at school. Fall term events, which the Old Boys won't see, but all remember, are the cross-country races for lower and upper schools. Today, most boys in both schools stream out across the countryside to win honors for themselves and their tribe or house. Among other activities, boxing is a part of lower school's athletic program.
What's this supposed to do? Make a hero out of you? This supposed to make me feel sorry for you? There'll be no pity, you understand? No pity.
Dramatics, such as this upper school production of Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, play a part in a boy's career at Ridley, and the boy who takes on a female role often receives the loudest applause.
Well, he left me. He was a big haggard, and he left me, and he was a drunken bum and nothing else.
Well, madam, that's the whole point. He left you, but he was loyal.
Spiritual life at Ridley is non-denominational, and the school day includes morning and evening prayer in the beautiful memorial chapel, dedicated to the Ridley men who died in the 2 world wars.
Faith means having faith in God, faith in these great spiritual powers of the universe, and also faith in oneself. These two things go hand in hand. If I have faith in Almighty God, it means that I can accomplish so much more because I am, as it were, hooked up or tuned in to the power that runs the whole universe. If a man prays, said Jesus, and believes in his very heart that what he prays for will come to pass, then, says Jesus, it will, beyond any shadow of a doubt. The results of this we see in the life of Jesus.
The gymnasium becomes very busy as the swimming teams prepare for the inter-school meets. On the rifle range, marksmen compete in Dominion of Canada Rifle Association and Youth of the Commonwealth matches, as well as for individual proficiency badges. Young gymnasts vie with each other for their colors and for the school championship. In basketball, the Independent Schools Association competition continues with Ridley versus Appleby. Imagine the thrill of senior hockey as the upper school team takes on Nichols School in Buffalo, New York. The winter also offers weekend skiing trips. Major events in the school year require an especially meticulous inspection by the prefects. And one such event is Parents' Day. Even in the brief separation since the school year began, the changes in the son are noticeable. Physical growth, growing independence, and confidence. The previous term report can be followed up as the parents meet with the masters and staff to discuss the progress of their sons. Along with classroom activities, the clubs flourish. The chess club, the camera club, and the radio club, among others. Acta Ridleyana, the school yearbook, is an eagerly awaited publication. It has documented life at Ridley since 1891. In both lower and upper schools, debating is a popular and lively activity. In the give and take of opinions, in researching a subject and making his own judgments, a boy learns to express himself. The debating teams take on such subjects as resolve that religion is relevant to modern society, or censorship is necessary in a democratic society, or, perhaps more partisan, resolve that this house approve coeducation at Ridley. A debating weekend is now a part of the Ridley year, during which up to 25 visiting teams compete for debating honors. Apart from the normal uses to which the school's gymnasium is put, other functions take place, such as this conference on drug abuse, which was well attended, and to which parents and friends were invited. Experts in each field being discussed are invited to speak at these functions and are always received with enthusiasm and complete attention. One of the most rewarding aspects of these functions is the interest and attention shown by the parents, who often take a lively part in the discussions which follow these lectures, and which are an integral part of such conferences. The boys, too, take part in these discussions, and this, again, helps to broaden their outlook. At Ridley, there was always plenty of wholesome food for healthy young appetites. In the lower school dining hall, the sound of conversation ebbs, and a senior boy says the school grace in Latin.
Procibis quo sacituri sumus Deus nos gratus faciat, per Iesum Christum Dominum nostrum. Amen.
Preparations such as this indicate a big social event, and such is the case here. For girlfriends arrive in the afternoon, so that there is sufficient time to look over the school before it's time for everyone to get ready for the term dance. The rhythms may have changed since the term dance was initiated, but who cares about rhythms anyway? It's the dancing that counts. Not all lessons take place in the classrooms of Ridley, for many field trips are organized throughout the year, like this one to a local manufacturing plant. These trips augment in-class studies of Canadian economy and scientific processes of manufacture. Cricket has been a tradition at Ridley since 1890, and many pleasant summer hours are spent to the accompaniment of the sound of bat against ball and the occasional "how's that?" bellowed out with great gusto. Many a Ridley umpire has suffered a good-natured ragging after a wrong decision. The tennis courts on the campus are in constant use whenever classes will permit. Summer weather turns thoughts to outdoor eating, and each dormitory in lower school has a picnic, complete with lemonade, hamburgers, and watermelon. All that the boys can tuck away. And the capacity of healthy Ridleyans has to be seen to be believed. The christening of a new skull, which has been presented to the school, is an occasion for celebration. Rowing is a strenuous activity, and Ridley crews undergo rigorous training willingly, for they are proud of their prowess upon the river and are in fact the only school in history to have won the American, Canadian, and British schoolboy championships in one season. On the old Welland Canal, site of the Canadian Henley course, the oarsmen get set and pull for Ridley. Coordination of oars and a skilled cox make for a swiftly moving boat, and pride and determination make a winning crew. In the summer of 1970, Ridley sent a crew to Royal Henley in England, where, to enthusiastic cheers and applause, they crossed the finishing line 4 lengths ahead of the rest to win the Princess Elizabeth Trophy in the British Schoolboy Rowing Championship. One can imagine what triumphant nocturnal feasts were held to celebrate the return of Ridley's victorious crew. In late May, Ridley holds its Sports Day. Lower and upper school participate in a wide program of track and field events in which the top Ridley athletes get a chance to demonstrate their prowess. Whoops! Run, Ridley! the orange and black well in front, there is much comparing of stopwatches and excited discussion of the event. Good grief, still running? A year's study ends with final examinations. In the quiet classrooms, boys commit to paper the facts, the principles, and the ideas that they have learned during the year. The last day of the year arrives, Prize Day. Boys scan the program for items of special interest. The grand procession, which really begins the day's ceremonies, moves from schoolhouse to the traditional spot beneath the trees in the grounds of Ridley. A procession of teaching staff and members of the Board of Governors, together with other school dignitaries and special guests. The speeches are underway, and the headmaster reminds boys and parents of the year's achievements and the significance of this day for the boys and for the school. Other speeches by guests and the lower school headmaster are received with rapt attention and applause. But the reason for the day is the presentation of prizes and awards, and before long there is a steady stream of boys to receive their trophies from the guest of honor. Each award is given only after the utmost consideration. Many are connected with the early days of the school and are therefore enriched by tradition. In the upper school, the most significant award is the Mason Gold Medal for True Manliness. The winner is chosen by the vote of the boys themselves, and he is, in effect, closest to the ideal of the Ridley boy. The J.R. Hamilton Prize is the equivalent award made to a lower school boy. Other prizes include the Governor General's Gold Medal for Scholastic Efficiency and the T.R. Merritt Gold and Silver Matriculation Medals. And so on through many awards which have been presented to the school by grateful old boys, their families, and friends. One final event, which is so much a part of Ridley, is Cadet Inspection Day. The wavy lines of Ridley cadets, which started marching in the fall, are, by now, as smart a group as you'll find anywhere. On the great day, the upper school cadets are resplendent in their scarlet uniforms, and the awards presented here are all the more precious for having been received on such an auspicious occasion. Proudly they stand for inspection, and proudly they march past. A credit to the school, and a pleasure for the inspecting officer as he takes the salute. The end of the school year leaves everyone with memories, achievements, and firm friends. 90% of sixth formers move on to university, whilst other boys who leave in the spring return in the fall to continue their Ridley education. Scenes of parting happen each year. They seem to change, yet are changeless. Headmasters who have guided and watched Ridley boys for nearly 100 years have drawn on a rich heritage and experience of the past to assure Ridley's future. The first headmaster, the Reverend Dr. J. O. Miller, knew that the future of Ridley depended upon the kind of boys the school produced. This philosophy was carried forward by his successors, Dr. H.C. Griffith, Dr. J.R. Hamilton, and Mr. E.V.B. Pilgrim. This dedication to developing the total personality of youth has, through the years, made Ridley a permanent and respected influence in Canadian education. A unique builder of responsible citizens who live by the Ridley motto, Terrar dum prosim. May I be consumed in service.